Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and having a beautiful time, or welcome to my channel. In today's video, I want to show you how to take your tea towels, your Christmas tea towels, and turn them into some beautiful throw pillows. So in today's video, I want to share something with you. So I went into TK Maxx and they had the most beautiful throw pillows in the color palette of brown and cream and a little bit of Christmas reds in between. Now they were priced for at least $50 for one throw pillow, and I'm thinking, my gosh, they are beautiful. I must admit, it was really lovely. The fabrics are beautiful and soft, and I'm contemplating whether I should get this or not. And then I turned around to behind me and I saw these, and I thought these are absolutely beautiful. So in today's video, I'm going to take these and use them as my throw pillows. And there is this one as well. Now my color palette in my house is literally this, with some, colors dotted around here and there, but it's very much a neutral tone, and especially my cinema room here. Okay, so and there's also this one as well, and I love the black and white theme for the Christmas. I thought that's really looked beautiful, so I thought they would be perfect for the throw pillows, and these cost me $15 for 3. So I thought, oh, I can make myself some throw pillows out of these. Of course I know how to do it. Why would I buy it? So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to use some linen at the back because I think it will go well with this. This is 100% cotton. It actually said that, and I was like, whoa, beautiful. All right, so 100% cotton. Let me show you. And they are absolutely gorgeous to the touch. So lovely and soft. And I'm thinking, well, why not? Because the throw pillows I was looking at were literally just tonality here. And I'm thinking, these will work just fine, and I will make them just as beautiful. So I went ahead and I got the size of the actual pillows that they are. So these are 50 centimeters. That's right, they're 50 centimeters. So I'm going to make them just as big, just as beautiful as I saw them in the store. I should have taken a picture, shouldn't I, so I can compare before and after. Well, by the time this video comes out, I'll see if I pop back in there again, and then I can obviously take a picture for you or make a little video. But if not, then you'll have to take my word for it. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. So going to be linen at the back, no zips. It's just going to be a fold over tucking at the back, which I love to do those because they are quick and easy, and you can save yourself some pennies. And as I said, you can get these beautiful tea towels, this Christmas theme that you can use for Christmas, and then these ones you can use all the year throughout, but then you get that sort of design of 3, where you get like a print, a plaid, and a plain. Who knew? Who knew I got it in me? Who knew? All right, so let's get started. All right, folks. So what I'm trying to show you here is that this is by Rachel Zoe. The tea towels or kitchen towels is by Rachel Zoe. And funny enough, I saw someone actually talking about this particular person showing their work. Interesting that I actually found it here in Target, but nevertheless. So I'm putting 2 of the towels together, and I'm making sure it's nice and smooth, and then lining it up. So obviously I am going to cut 2 at the same time, because obviously I have 6 in total, just to cut down on the cutting, so to speak. And I'm using the throw pillows here as measurements to ensure that I have the correct size. I don't want to just measure the throw pillows. I prefer to take the pillows themselves and put it on top of the fabric and then cut it to the size. Now, if you do decide to do these, I would say make sure you leave like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, however much makes you feel happy. I think 1/2 inch might be too much, but 1/4 inch will give you a nice snug fit, so that you can do that karate chop if you so wish to. Okay, and I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to turn it around so that you can see exactly what I am doing. And I'm using my mat here to draw the line. Now, I opted to use scissors to cut. So I'm just going to readjust and make sure it is all lined up together so that it is it is good and it comes out the right size. One thing I hate about making throw pillows is that if the cushion's a bit the cover edge is a little bit loose. I don't like I like it to be nice and snug. Not too snug, because sometimes if it's too snug it feels a bit hard. So just the right size. So here I am just marking just to ensure that I can see the marking, obviously. I don't have to tell you that, don't I? All right, I'm going to use my scissors here to cut. Now, I realized something that I want the tags in. I don't want to cut the tags out. And I know that sounds really shallow, but I think it goes towards the idea of it being made from a factory when in reality it's handmade. All right. So I decided now was to put the line to cut on the other side, mark it, and to do the whole thing all over again. And I also decided that I'm going to use my Pinking Shears, just so that I don't want any of the edge of the fabrics fraying, which I don't think it will, because obviously with cotton you don't necessarily get that fraying unless you yourself actually hold it apart to fray it. So I'm going to cut, and this went by extremely quickly, and you would see how fast I actually made these throw pillows. So that's it basically. So go ahead and get all of them cut. All right, so let's talk about putting this together. Now, what I'm doing here is taking the balance of what I just cut away and see if there's enough room to use it for the back. Now, when you're making the envelope type throw pillows, it's best to let it overlap quite a way so that you have enough, so that even if the cushion sort of flattens out or it's a little bit too bulky in there, there's enough room for it to expand and not you don't see the actual cushion inside. So it's just really important. So I'm just here evaluating whether or not there'll be enough room, and I think that it will be fine, to be honest, but I wanted everything to look cohesive, so I decided against that and went ahead and used the fabric that I have, which was that linen fabric that I actually mentioned I'm going to use. Now, I already had some of them because used from a previous project. So I already had some of them sort of pre-made and hemmed. So it was just easy. And I felt that this was better to use because the overlap was so high and I liked it that way. So I decided was to go with that for all of them so that, as I said, they all looked cohesive. Now, when you're doing this, make sure you put it front sides together, okay? And then you overlap it to the top. Now you can see it's quite high because, as I said, I don't want it to split open when it's being used or even when the actual cushion is being relaxed. So I'm just averaging how much I want it to overlap by and how high I want that opening to be. So it's always the best idea to put it front sides together and turn it right side up, in this case wrong side up, so you can actually see where the cuts are supposed to be made and where you actually need to stitch, so that it's easier. So I'm pinning here so that it doesn't move, because this will move if you don't pin, especially where you're going to overlap it, which has happened to me many times in the past when I decide not to pin. So you learn by your errors. So I've flipped it back where I can see the right side of the actual throw pillow now, or the fabric, and I'm then doing the same thing. So you can see actually where that overlap is and how high it is. So which means it wouldn't show. So I'm making sure then, double checking that that overlap is correct. And again, I'm going to pin, and then once I have done that, I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and stitch it around again. flip it over so that you can actually see where it needs to be pinned, and you are secure then. I mean, this is very easy to do. Now, once all the pinning is completed, right, what you need to do now is to simply just sew all the way around. Okay, I was laughing at myself just now. So you're going to literally do a 1/4 inch stitch. I usually use a 1/4 inch because that's what's on my machine anyway. It saves me having to change over. So you line it all up and you stitch all the way around as I just pointed out. Once you've done that, then you just move on to trimming up all of the excess. Now, I must admit, this came out really beautifully and it looks really gorgeous. It feels so beautifully soft. So let's try on one of the throw pillows. And here I am just fitting it in. You know, notice how the band at the back has come up nice and thick. It fits nicely, it's snug, it's beautifully, it's nice and bouncy, good support. and it's a good fit. So love it. Beautiful. So you can definitely do something like this. Save yourself so much money. Again, it was one for $50 and $14 would get you three, or you can even do six like I did, but I obviously turned them into four, and you can see the options that I chose here. They all look really nicely. I still got two towels left over that I can use in the kitchen. Again, bringing the whole thing together, making it so much cohesive. And again, you don't have to buy everything the way you see in the store. You can create your own, which makes it so much more authentic to you. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It's a very small, short tutorial on how to make cushions and more, save yourself more money. Bye for now. Happy quilting. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor of hyping it up. Leave a comment. Let me know down below. See you in the next one. And yeah, thanks for checking the video out.